said the international community must act before India's reckless moves jeopardize peace and security in South Asia. The Minister for Maritime Affairs, Sayyid Ali Haider Zaidi, along with the Chairman Habib Bank, Sultan Ali Alana, called on the Prime Minister Imran Khan in Islamabad today. Sultan Ali Alana complimented the Prime Minister for presenting the largest economic package in the history of the country in order to provide relief to the people in the context of coronavirus situation. The Prime Minister appreciated the services and assistance of Habib Bank in delivering SR's emergency cash program to the deserving people. The Minister for Maritime Affairs gave a briefing to the Prime Minister on matters of his ministry, especially the situation arising out of the coronavirus and issues of ports and other allied affairs. Sayyid Ali Haider Zaidi also praised the Prime Minister of keeping the national ports operational despite difficult situation due to coronavirus and the closure of many regional ports. The Director General ISI, Lieutenant General Faiz Hamid, called on the Prime Minister Imran Khan in Islamabad today. Matters pertaining to national security were discussed during the meeting. The Special Assistant on National Security Division, Dr. Moeed Yusuf, separately called on the Prime Minister Imran Khan. They discussed regional situations, especially the aggression from India in recent days and other matters. They also deliberated upon measures taken to repatriate Pakistanis stranded abroad and the progress in this regard. Prime Minister Imran Khan, stressing media's key role in highlighting the Islamic history and culture, has said delivering a message of humanity and care is the need of the hour. In a meeting with the Chairman National Assembly Standing Committee on Information and Broadcasting, Senator Faisal Javed Khan in Islamabad today, he said Islamic teachings are based on principles of helping out the people in need and distress. The Prime Minister said service to humanity is the real strength and goodness of the Pakistani society. He also lauded the positive response of the nation on contributing towards the Corona Relief Fund in a bid to fight the pandemic. The Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi and the Minister for Defence Production Zubaida Jalal held a meeting in Islamabad today and exchanged views on the government's strategy and measures to combat the impact of coronavirus pandemic. During the meeting, views were also exchanged on the economic diplomacy and defence production. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said the entire world is facing an extraordinary situation in the wake of corona pandemic. Both the ministers, while appreciating Prime Minister Imran Khan's call for global debt relief to support weak economies, termed it imperative in the wake of corona pandemic. Turkey has offered to extend support and cooperation in the elimination of locusts in Pakistan. A C-130 plane of the Pakistan Air Force has already arrived in Turkey to transport Piper Brave spray aircraft, which is to be used for spraying in the affected areas. In a statement issued today, the Pakistan Air Force spokesperson said the aircraft would be used to fight the locust onslaught on various crops and cultivable lands across the country, especially in Sindh and the Punjab. This is Radio Pakistan. In occupied Kashmir, the chief operational commander of Hizbul Mujahideen, Riaz Neku, has been martyred along with his associate Adil Ahmed during a cordon search operation in Pulwama district. The Indian troops had laid a siege of the native village of Riaz Neku in the district last night. The authorities have suspended mobile internet services in the entire occupied territory and curfew-like restrictions have been imposed. Meanwhile, the All Parties Hurriyat Conference and other pro-freedom leaders and organizations have urged the Kashmiri people to take to the streets against the genocide of Kashmiri youth by the Indian troops and express solidarity with the families of the martyrs. The Hurriyat leaders and organizations said the youth like Riaz Neku and Adil Ahmed would continue to live in the hearts and minds of the Kashmiri people, and they would remain the symbol of Kashmir's resistance movement against India. They made it clear that though India is snatching youths like Riaz Neku physically, but it cannot crush the Kashmiri people's freedom sentiments. The Minister of Human Rights, Dr. Shireen Mazari, has congratulated three photojournalists of occupied Kashmir, Yasin Dar, Mukhtar Khan and Channi Anand, on winning the Pulitzer Award. In a tweet, she said it is an amazing work in the most difficult and dangerous location of occupied Kashmir. Three photojournalists from Jammu and Kashmir have been awarded the 2020 Pulitzer Prize for their striking images of life in the valley. The chairman, British Labour Friends of Kashmir and Member Parliament Andrew Gwynn, expressing his deep concern over human rights abuses in occupied Kashmir, has said Kashmir dispute is an issue of social justice and human rights. In a video message, he said we need to ensure that the international law is applied and United Nations Security Council resolutions implemented. Andrew Gwynn said the Labour Party has always stood for fairness of the rule of international law and human rights. 40 deaths due to coronavirus and 1,049 new confirmed cases have been reported in the country during the past 24 hours. The total confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the country have mounted to 22,550. Of these, 8,189 were reported in Sindh, 8,420 in the Punjab, 3,499 in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, 1,495 in Balochistan, 485 in Islamabad Capital Territory, 386 in Gilgit-Baltistan and 76 in Azad Kashmir. Over 6,200 patients have recovered from the virus. The worldwide death toll from coronavirus pandemic has risen to over 258,000. According to the latest tally based on official figures, over 3.74 million coronavirus cases have been reported globally, while 1.25 million coronavirus patients have recovered so far. The United States has the highest number of deaths at 72,285, followed by United Kingdom with 29,427, Italy 29,315, Spain 25,613, and France 25,531 deaths. The American President Donald Trump has decided to disband the task force, declaring easing the lockdown in the country despite spike in confirmed coronavirus cases and deaths. During a visit of mask manufacturing factory in Arizona, he said, "We are bringing our country back." New confirmed infections per day in the United States currently top 20,000 and daily deaths exceed 1,000. The American health officials have also warned that the virus may spread as the businesses begin to reopen. And finally, the weather. Mainly dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, rain thunderstorm is expected at isolated places in Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan. To end the news, here once again are the headlines. The Prime Minister has warned the world community to take notice of the baseless Indian allegations of infiltration across the line of control and termed it as India's continuing efforts to find a pretext for a false flag operation targeting Pakistan. In occupied Kashmir, the Indian forces during a cordon and search operation have martyred the commander of Hizbul Mujahideen along with his associate in Pulwama district. The chairman, British Labour Friends of Kashmir, has said Kashmir dispute is an issue of social justice and human rights. 40 deaths due to coronavirus have been reported in the country during the last 24 hours, while the worldwide death toll has risen to over 258,000. The American president has decided to disband the task force on coronavirus, declaring easing in the lockdown despite spike in confirmed cases and deaths. Those were the headlines, and that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.